Hi, Dawn. Great to have you again. Eager to hear about your learnings over the past couple of weeks. Do us all a favor and just do a brief re-intro, if you could.
Okay, thanks, Tom. I am an innovation consultant. I have 40 years experience in CPG. I've worked in marketing, market research, new product development, and R&D. I love facilitating these boards because there are so many experts involved, and it's so easy to learn a lot from their conversation. This particular board focuses on CPG in an era of e-commerce and frictionless markets. We have quite a few board members who include experts in e-commerce, some with a marketing background, sales background, some come from retailers. We have quite a few consultants, some come from CPG companies also. So it's a varied group. We've had some on this board for the full 6 months, and we've had new people join us and add a new perspective along the way. The question that we ask for this theme is basically e-commerce is changing the way we shop and improving the consumer's retail shopping experience. What will the frictionless future bring to retail? If we kind of summarize this all in one place, we know that e-commerce can become more frictionless. It must overcome some of the advantages that physical shopping have. One of the things that we heard was that brick and mortar still has advantages with their physical space. The consumer can touch and feel, they can see new products when they're introduced, they can enjoy shopping because a lot of people do enjoy shopping. E-commerce can be a lot smarter. Like I said, the expectations are high. Online shopping has evolved, but even though it has evolved, it needs to go to the next level. Along the way, we gathered a list of about 15 ways that e-commerce could become more frictionless, and then the board voted on those. I kind of bucket those into two different groups. One is that next generation improvements will be driven by technology. So artificial intelligence, augmented reality, Internet of Things ordering, chat-enabled shopping, maybe shopping chat bots, and a lot of customization in the shopping experience. These are all technology enabled. But there's still a lot of continuous improvement things that need to happen in e-commerce and can make a big difference. These are things like the images and the descriptions, faster and easier navigation and checkout. People still are saying, we need to have free shipping or faster shipping. Free returns are very important. So even though some of these things are very simple, they can make a big difference. There are many pain points with today's e-commerce, and some of these are just because it is not a physical shopping experience. When you go to, I'll quote Janelle here, the biggest impediment with online versus offline shopping is the ability to touch, feel, experience, and understand the product. Dave Knox says this here, e-commerce, very simple. E-commerce is amazing for buying, but generally challenging for shopping. So some of the things that are advantages of brick and mortar stores are just not going to be part of what e-commerce can do, but e-commerce can do some things to overcome that, and we'll see some examples. The second point is that there are technical ways for e-commerce to become more frictionless. So a couple that were discussed, artificial intelligence, the idea that AI can be used to somehow integrate what is known about you in social media and in your shopping habits and use that information to make your shopping experience better. Augmented reality also, even the IoT ordering, like, for example, the refrigerator that tells you you're out of milk, that's something that's been talked about for a long time, but it's just not something that people are doing all the time. Another example is chat or chatbots. When somebody is struggling to find something, the idea that they might have someone to talk to help them navigate, kind of brings the familiarity of, say, talking to a clerk in the store. So it's a step toward some of the advantages that brick and mortar have that you can simulate in a more technical environment. For key point number 3, let's not forget that e-commerce is not perfect. There are a lot of pain points in e-commerce today. The one that caused the most discussion is really about the imagery and the descriptions. When you think about digital images and the descriptions, the idea of a picture of the package might not be the perfect way to show that. So there are a lot of companies right now working on optimizing digital images for online shopping, and that's one of the most important marketing things that to be done. But there are also other things like navigation and checkout. Some sites are terrible to navigate. Dan says here, ordering on e-commerce is so easy, the next pain point in the cycle is the return. So those are some of the simpler ways to make improvements to e-commerce. On point 4, one of the most notable examples of frictionless shopping is subscription. Kathy says in her comment, and she's actually talking about honey here, I don't know if I need one every 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Okay, I just need one when I need one. She even commented, Amazon knows when I order honey. Amazon knows my shortest time between honey orders, my longest time between honey orders. Why aren't they telling me you're going to need honey soon? Because they should know before I know. Christine offers a solution. Let Amazon evolve to be customizable. So an idea that she offers is that the company sends a text or emails regularly to say, are you ready? Would you like us to send your refill now? I think one of the interesting things here is that the fact that Amazon knows things does increase expectations. Point 5, I have a couple quotes here from Janelle. One of the things we had asked were for some trendsetters. Who's setting trends in e-commerce? Her first comment here is about niche markets can thrive in e-commerce because if you're looking for something specific and you're trying to find an ad on Amazon, that can be very difficult. But if you go to a site dedicated to that type of product, like Thrive Market for natural and organic goods, it's going to be easier for you to navigate. Another idea that came up was brick and mortar showrooms. So, the idea of being able to go see something before you make, especially that first purchase, or if you want to compare. The other point here, the mobile digital shelf, we talked about the digital assets, the photos, and taking it to mobile makes it even more complex because everything is a lot smaller and abbreviated, and that actually takes away from the amount of information that the consumer is getting. One of the things that was interesting, and actually this is going to be the next theme for the board because it was an interesting discussion here. New product discovery is challenging on e-commerce. Brick and mortar has many tools they can use for new product discovery, but the e-commerce, it's less likely. So we're going to talk in our next theme about how e-commerce and CPG can better drive new product discovery in this new world. During this theme, we had a survey, and in this survey, I took all of the ideas that were coming up, and people were asked which of these improvements would have the most impact on reducing friction for consumer shopping for CPG products via e-commerce. Each person was allowed to choose 5. So what you can see here is that the top voted improvement was artificial intelligence powered recommendations. So 3/4 of the panel said AI would make a big impact on reducing friction. Everything on this list, there's somebody who thought it was important. They all should be considered. The big insight for me was there are a lot of pain points here. There were certainly a lot of things people could see need to be improved. Based upon history, I think we're going to see a lot of those improved further and further. So I think it's probably an exciting future in the e-commerce world.